how much to fly a jet helicopter? Well, this thing, 5 seats, 3 in the back, 2 in the front, Rolls-Royce jet engine on the top. It's bloody expensive, but it's round about £1,000 an hour. So if you roughly fly 100 hours a year, which is what an average private pilot flies, it's round about £100,000. Let me tell you how that's broken down. So, you've got insurance of about £15,000. Then you've got fuel costs. Now, fuel costs is round about £100 per hour. And you can do some serious miles in an hour. So the fuel is the slightly cheaper side of things. So let's say £5,000, maybe a little bit more depending on fuel costs per year, maybe 6 to 7 grand if to be on the safe side. So we're looking at 22,000 quid there just in insurance, and then you've got the cost of the fuel. Then you've got oils. Then you've got servicing. Now you service a helicopter like this every 90 days for a big service, and at the end of the year they get a huge annual service where lots of things get took apart and put back together again. Now, every single thing on this helicopter all over here is all got a time on it, or it's got hours on it, which means it can fly and run for a certain amount of hours and then it's got to be changed. Now, something really expensive is the engine. So if you have a problem with the engine, you're looking at between 250 and 300,000 to change the engine. And that don't always get you a brand new one, that might get you a reconditioned one. A gearbox, you're looking at 50 to 100,000 pounds, depending on whether you're getting new or used or reconditioned. There's some of the bigger items. The blades on the top, 150,000 quid. They are a fortune. And if you have a chip on one, or you've got a little bit of rot, or you've got a little bit of rust just forming inside, that's it. The blades are off and you need brand new ones. So there's thousands of parts on this jet helicopter that could need to be changed over time. And you never know when that comes. They've got a certain amount of hours that they're allowed to fly, but if something happens to that part and it needs changing before it's got its hours all gone, then you've got to change it early. And that's where the big costs come in. I spend round about 40 to 50 grand a year on changing parts on this jet helicopter. Now that is normal for one of these. It's just you're always making sure that things are 120%, not just 100%. Everything has to be perfect. And then you've got digital things that need upgrading. Then you've got licenses for the radio and things that need upgrading. Then you've got different rules that's coming in. And then you've got the things like landing fees. You've got the things like storage at night when you're not at home. I'm lucky to have a hangar at home. But if I had to hangar this somewhere, I'd be looking at probably 10 to 15,000 quid a year to hangar a helicopter this size, you know. So I'm lucky to have this at home, but when I do fly away, I've got to pay for space for it to sit there. It sits on an airport somewhere, you've got to pay for it overnight to sit there. So you've got insurance, you've got fuel, you've got maintenance costs. Every 25 hours it's serviced, every 50 hours it's serviced, every 90 days it's serviced, every annual it's serviced with a massive MOT. And then you've got the parts. And that's the unknown, because year before last, I put £150,000 set of blades on. Now then suddenly, that took my annual cost to well over 200,000 that year. But on average, over a period of 5 years, you are looking at round about £1,000 an hour, which is over 100 hours a year, £100,000. That gives you some idea how much these things cost. They're an awful lot of fun, but they are a ridiculous amount of money. I use mine for business, for the media, for all the things that I do when I travel the country and I'm going on the telly, or I need to be in different places for doing talks and events, or when I'm meeting customers.